Have you ever felt like you're doing everything right, eating well, staying active, making healthy choices, yet the scale keeps creeping up, leaving you frustrated and wondering what's going wrong? If you're a woman over 60, this video is your wake-up call. As a doctor with decades of experience helping senior women, I'm here to reveal the silent daily mistakes that could be sabotaging your weight loss efforts, often without you even realizing it. From breakfast habits to hidden stressors, these common pitfalls might be holding you back. Stick with me until the end, because you'll discover practical, science-backed solutions you can start using tomorrow morning to take control of your health and finally see the results you deserve. Before we begin, I would appreciate it if you like this video. You can help me continue to spread the old age lesson. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like this video, please comment number 1. If you don't like it, comment number 0 to let me know, so I can make a better video for you. Now let's get started. 1. Skipping breakfast or relying solely on coffee. One of the most pervasive myths in weight loss is that skipping breakfast is a shortcut to shedding pounds. For women over 65, this habit can wreak havoc on your metabolism and set you up for a cascade of negative effects throughout the day. When you skip breakfast, your body misses out on a critical opportunity to kickstart its metabolic engine after an overnight fast. This leads to a drop in blood sugar levels, which triggers a stress response in the body, elevating cortisol, the stress hormone. Elevated cortisol signals your body to conserve energy, slowing your metabolism and increasing fat storage, particularly around the midsection. Additionally, skipping breakfast often leads to intense hunger and cravings later in the day, typically for quick energy foods like sugary snacks or refined carbohydrates. This is your body's desperate attempt to replenish the energy it missed earlier. Over time, this cycle of deprivation and overcompensation can lead to weight gain, energy crashes, and difficulty maintaining stable blood sugar levels, which is especially concerning for older women at risk for insulin resistance or type 2 diabetes. For those who replace breakfast with just a cup of coffee, the risks are even more pronounced. While coffee can temporarily suppress appetite due to its caffeine content, drinking it on an empty stomach can exacerbate cortisol spikes, further promoting fat storage, especially visceral fat around the abdomen. Coffee also stimulates the production of stomach acid, which can lead to digestive discomfort or exacerbate conditions like acid reflux, common in older adults. Over time, relying on coffee as a meal replacement can also disrupt your hunger cues, making it harder to recognize true hunger versus thirst or stress-driven cravings. What to do instead? Start your day with a balanced breakfast that includes protein, healthy fats, and fiber to stabilize blood sugar, reduce cortisol, and keep you satiated until your next meal. For example, try 2 scrambled eggs cooked in olive oil with a side of avocado and a slice of whole grain toast. Alternatively, a Greek yogurt parfait with berries, a tablespoon of chia seeds, and a handful of nuts provides a nutrient-dense, satisfying option. Aim to eat within 2 hours of waking to signal to your body that it's time to rev up your metabolism. If time is a concern, prep overnight oats with protein powder and fruit the night before for a grab-and-go option. Even a small, nutrient-rich breakfast is better than nothing and can set a positive tone for the rest of your day. 2. Not consuming enough protein. Protein is the cornerstone of maintaining muscle mass, which is critical for women over 65. As we age, a natural process called sarcopenia leads to a gradual loss of muscle mass, which can reduce strength, impair balance, and slow metabolism. Muscle tissue is metabolically active, burning significantly more calories than fat, even at rest, approximately 6 calories per pound of muscle compared to just 2 calories per pound of fat. When protein intake is inadequate, muscle loss accelerates, leading to a slower metabolism and increased difficulty maintaining a healthy weight. Many older women unintentionally skimp on protein due to factors like reduced appetite, dental or chewing difficulties, or lingering fears from outdated diet trends that vilified high-protein foods like meat and eggs. Some may also turn to plant-based diets without ensuring adequate protein sources, or they may rely on processed, low-protein meals for convenience. The result? A vicious cycle where muscle loss reduces calorie expenditure, making weight gain easier even if eating habits remain unchanged. What to do instead? Aim for 20 to 30 grams of protein per meal, which research suggests is optimal for muscle maintenance and repair in older adults. For context, this could look like a 4-ounce grilled chicken breast, 28 grams of protein, a cup of cooked lentils, 18 grams, paired with other sources, or a 3/4 cup serving of cottage cheese, 21 grams. Incorporate a variety of protein sources to keep meals interesting and nutrient-dense. Eggs, fish, like salmon or tuna, lean meats, tofu, tempeh, beans, or a high-quality protein powder for smoothies. If chewing is an issue, softer options like Greek yogurt, scrambled eggs, or protein shakes blended with fruit and spinach are excellent choices. Pair protein with strength-building activities, even light resistance exercises like lifting small weights or using resistance bands, to maximize muscle preservation and boost metabolism. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. 3. Drinking healthy fruit juices or smoothies. To make healthier choices, many women over 65 reach for store-bought fruit juices or smoothies, assuming they're nutritious because they're derived from fruit. However, these beverages often contain as much, or more, sugar than soda, with some 12-ounce bottles packing 30 to 50 grams of sugar. Unlike whole fruits, which contain fiber to slow sugar absorption, most commercial juices and smoothies have had their fiber stripped away during processing. This causes a rapid spike in blood sugar, triggering an insulin surge that signals the body to store fat, particularly in the abdominal area. Over time, frequent blood sugar spikes can also increase the risk of insulin resistance, a precursor to type 2 diabetes. Moreover, liquid calories don't register with the brain the same way solid food does. Studies show that drinking sugary beverages doesn't promote feelings of fullness, so you're likely to consume just as many calories at your next meal, if not more, as your body tries to compensate. This can lead to unintentional overeating and weight gain, even when you think you're making clean choices. Even homemade smoothies can be problematic if they're fruit-heavy and lack protein or healthy fats to balance the sugar content. What to do instead? Opt for whole fruits, which provide fiber, water, and a slower release of natural sugars to keep blood sugar stable. For example, an apple with a tablespoon of almond butter offers fiber, healthy fats, and a satisfying crunch. If you crave a smoothie, make it at home and include protein, Greek yogurt or protein powder, healthy fats, avocado or nut butter, and low-sugar fruits like berries. For hydration, water is your best bet. Aim for plain or infused water with cucumber, lemon, or mint for flavor. If you must buy a store-bought beverage, check the label for added sugars, aim for less than 5 grams per serving, and choose options with fiber or protein, like a vegetable-based juice with minimal fruit. 4. Sitting for long periods without movement. Even if you dedicate time to a morning workout, sitting for extended periods afterward, whether at a desk, watching TV, or reading, can negate many of the metabolic benefits of exercise. This phenomenon, known as active sedentary behavior, is particularly harmful for women over 65. Prolonged sitting slows circulation, reduces insulin sensitivity, and deactivates the metabolic activity of your muscles, which act as engines for calorie burning. Over time, this contributes to weight gain, particularly in the belly and hips, and increases the risk of chronic conditions like heart disease and diabetes. The science is clear. Sitting for more than 30 to 60 minutes at a time without movement significantly reduces the activity of lipoprotein lipase, an enzyme that helps break down fat in the bloodstream. This can lead to fat accumulation and reduced energy expenditure. For older women, who may already face challenges with muscle mass and metabolism, this habit can be particularly detrimental. What to do instead? Incorporate movement snacks throughout the day to keep your metabolic engines firing. Set a timer to stand up every 30 to 60 minutes and perform simple activities. March in place for a minute, do a few shoulder rolls, stretch your calves, or take a short walk to the kitchen or around the house. If you're watching TV, stand and move during commercial breaks. Even fidgeting, tapping your feet or shifting positions, can burn extra calories and improve circulation. For those with mobility limitations, chair-based exercises like seated leg lifts or arm circles can make a difference. Aim for at least 250 minutes of light activity per week, in addition to any structured exercise, to keep your metabolism active and support overall health. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. 5. Overeating low-fat or diet foods. The low-fat diet craze of the 1980s and 1990s left a lasting impact, convincing many women that fat is the enemy of weight loss. As a result, low-fat yogurts, sugar-free desserts, and diet frozen meals remain popular choices. However, these products often compensate for the lack of fat with high amounts of sugar, refined starches, artificial sweeteners, or chemical additives to enhance flavor and texture. These ingredients can spike blood sugar, trigger cravings, and promote fat storage, undermining weight loss efforts. Artificial sweeteners, in particular, may disrupt gut bacteria and increase appetite, leading to overeating. Healthy fats, on the other hand, are essential for hormone regulation, brain health, and satiety. Diets lacking sufficient fat can leave you feeling hungry sooner, prompting unnecessary snacking. For women over 65, who may already struggle with hormonal changes and reduced appetite control, these low-fat foods can create a cycle of cravings and weight gain. What to do instead? Focus on whole, minimally processed foods that include healthy fats. Incorporate sources like olive oil, avocados, nuts, almonds, walnuts, seeds, chia, flax, and fatty fish, salmon, mackerel, into your meals. For example, drizzle olive oil over a salad with grilled chicken, or snack on a handful of almonds with a piece of fruit. When choosing packaged foods, read labels carefully. Avoid products with added sugars or artificial sweeteners, and opt for those with simple, recognizable ingredients. A balanced meal with protein, fiber, and healthy fats, like a salmon fillet with roasted vegetables and quinoa, will keep you fuller longer and support a healthy metabolism without the need for restrictive diet foods. 6. Not drinking enough water. Hydration is often overlooked, but it plays a critical role in weight management and overall health, especially for women over 65. As we age, the body's thirst signals become less reliable, leading to mild dehydration that many don't even notice. Even slight dehydration, losing just 1 to 2% of body water, can cause fatigue, slow metabolism, and increased feelings of hunger, as the body sometimes mistakes thirst for hunger. This can lead to unnecessary snacking and weight gain. Dehydration also impairs digestion, reduces the body's ability to flush toxins, and hinders fat-burning processes, all of which are critical for maintaining a healthy weight. For older women, dehydration can also exacerbate common issues like constipation, joint stiffness, and low energy, further discouraging physical activity that supports metabolism. In warm climates or during physical activity, the risk of dehydration increases, making hydration even more critical. What to do instead? Aim for 6 to 8 glasses, 48 to 64 ounces, of water daily, adjusting upward if you're active, live in a hot climate, or take medications that increase fluid loss, like diuretics. To make hydration a habit, keep a glass of water by your bedside, a reusable bottle with you during the day, and a pitcher on the kitchen counter as a visual reminder. If plain water feels boring, infuse it with slices of cucumber, lemon, or fresh herbs like mint. Herbal teas or sparkling water, without added sugars, can also count toward your fluid intake. To ensure you're hydrated, check your urine color. It should be pale yellow. Pair hydration with high water content foods like cucumbers, watermelon, or broth-based soups to further support digestion and satiety. 7. Eating too late at night. A common pattern among senior women is eating lightly during the day, perhaps a small breakfast and modest lunch, followed by a large, heavy dinner, often consumed late in the evening. This habit may stem from convenience, emotional eating after a stressful day, or social routines centered around evening meals. However, eating large meals close to bedtime is one of the fastest ways to promote fat storage, particularly around the midsection. As we age, our digestive system slows, and its efficiency decreases in the evening, meaning late meals are less likely to be fully processed before sleep. This can lead to fat storage, bloating, and discomfort. Late-night eating also disrupts the body's circadian rhythm, interfering with sleep hormones like melatonin and increasing insulin levels at a time when they should be low. Poor sleep, in turn, affects hunger hormones, ghrelin and leptin, making you feel hungrier the next day and perpetuating a cycle of overeating. For women over 65, who may already experience sleep disturbances due to hormonal changes or medications, this habit can exacerbate weight gain and reduce overall energy. What to do instead? Shift your largest meal to earlier in the day, ideally at lunchtime, when your metabolism and digestive system are most active. For dinner, aim for a light, balanced meal at least 2 to 3 hours before bedtime to allow digestion. Examples include a vegetable soup with a side of grilled fish, a salad with lean protein like turkey or tofu, or steamed vegetables with a small portion of quinoa. If you feel hungry later, opt for a small, low-sugar snack like a handful of nuts or a slice of cheese to avoid blood sugar spikes. Establishing a consistent meal schedule, eating at similar times each day, can also help regulate hunger cues and improve sleep quality, supporting both weight loss and overall well-being. 8. Neglecting strength training. Let's get real for a moment. Strength training is often overlooked or outright avoided by many women over 60, and it's time to address the misconceptions head-on. I hear the same concerns repeatedly. I don't want to bulk up like a bodybuilder. I'm too old to start lifting weights. Or, I'm afraid I'll hurt myself. These fears are understandable, but they're rooted in myths that can sabotage your health. The truth is, avoiding strength training is far riskier than embracing it. After age 60, women can lose approximately 3 to 5% of their muscle mass annually, a process called sarcopenia, if they don't take steps to preserve it. This isn't just about aesthetics. Muscle loss has profound effects on your overall well-being. It slows your metabolism, making it harder to burn calories even at rest. It compromises balance, increasing the risk of falls, which are a leading cause of injury in older adults. It can exacerbate joint pain by reducing the support muscles provide to bones and joints, and it accelerates fat accumulation, even if the scale doesn't budge. You might notice you feel flabbier, weaker, or less energetic, and it's easy to chalk this up to just getting older. But it's not inevitable aging, it's preventable muscle loss. The good news? Strength training doesn't require you to hoist heavy barbells or spend hours in a gym. You can start small and still see transformative benefits. Begin with light dumbbells, 2 to 5 pounds, resistance bands, or bodyweight exercises like wall push-ups, chair squats, sit-to-stands, or leg lifts. Even household items like water bottles or canned goods can double as weights. Aim for 2 to 3 20 to 30-minute sessions per week, focusing on major muscle groups like legs, arms, back, and core. These workouts don't just preserve muscle. They improve bone density, reducing the risk of osteoporosis, and rev up your metabolism, helping you burn more calories throughout the day. For example, a 2021 study in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research found that women over 60 who engaged in regular resistance training saw significant improvements in muscle mass, balance, and even mood within just 12 weeks. If you're new to this, consider working with a physical therapist or certified trainer familiar with senior fitness to ensure proper form and avoid injury. Strong doesn't mean bulky, it means staying independent, moving with ease, climbing stairs without pain, and feeling confident in your body's capabilities. Embrace strength training as an act of self-care, not a punishment. 9. Allowing stress to accumulate without an outlet. Stress is a silent saboteur, and many women don't realize how much it's affecting their health until their body sends unmistakable signals. You might notice a tight chest, difficulty falling or staying asleep, irritability, or even unexplained weight gain, particularly around the midsection. Chronic stress elevates cortisol, a hormone that, in small doses, helps us respond to immediate challenges. But when stress becomes a constant companion, whether from financial pressures, caregiving responsibilities, loneliness, health concerns, or even the daily grind of modern life, cortisol stays elevated. This triggers a cascade of effects. It signals your body to store fat, especially visceral fat around the abdomen, which is linked to higher risks of heart disease and diabetes. It also increases appetite, particularly for high-calorie, sugary, or starchy foods, as your body seeks quick energy to cope with perceived threats. This response was useful for our hunter-gatherer ancestors facing physical dangers, but in today's world, it's a recipe for weight gain and health challenges. Too often, women push through stress, pasting on a smile and saying, "I'm fine," while their bodies bear the burden. Ignoring stress doesn't make it disappear, it compounds it. The solution doesn't have to be complex or costly. While therapy can be incredibly valuable, you can also manage stress with simple, accessible outlets. A brisk 15-minute walk in nature can lower cortisol levels, as shown in a 2019 study from Scientific Reports. Deep breathing exercises, like the 4-7-8 technique, inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 7, exhale for 8, can calm your nervous system in minutes. Journaling your thoughts, praying, or meditating can help process emotions. Even a phone call with a friend to laugh, vent, or share stories can be a powerful release. For example, try setting aside 10 minutes each morning to sip tea, listen to calming music, or write down 3 things you're grateful for. These small acts signal to your body that it's safe to relax. Stress isn't a sign of weakness, it's a universal human experience, and managing it proactively can be the key to unlocking better weight control, improved mood, and overall health. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 3 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. 10. Skimping on sleep. Less than 7 hours. Sleep is the unsung hero of health, yet it's often the first thing sacrificed when life gets hectic, emotional, or overwhelming. For women over 70, getting less than 7 hours of sleep per night isn't just tiring. It's a major contributor to weight gain and declining health. Poor sleep disrupts the delicate balance of hormones that regulate appetite and metabolism, including ghrelin, which signals hunger, leptin, which signals fullness, insulin, which manages blood sugar, and cortisol, the stress hormone. When you're sleep-deprived, ghrelin spikes, making you crave sugary or starchy foods, while leptin drops, leaving you less satisfied after meals. Insulin sensitivity decreases, increasing fat storage, and elevated cortisol further promotes abdominal fat gain. The result? You're hungrier, less satisfied, and storing more fat, even if you're eating the same amount as usual. A 2020 study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that older adults sleeping less than 6 hours per night consumed an average of 200 to 300 more calories daily compared to those getting adequate rest. Beyond appetite, insufficient sleep saps your energy, making it harder to exercise, cook healthy meals, or even think clearly. This can lead to a reliance on processed foods, skipped workouts, and a vicious cycle of fatigue and weight gain. If sleep is a struggle, small changes can make a big difference. Limit caffeine after noon, as it can stay in your system for up to 8 hours. Reduce screen time at least an hour before bed, as blue light from phones or TVs suppresses melatonin, the hormone that signals sleep. Keep your bedroom cool, around 60 to 67 degrees Fahrenheit, dark and quiet, and consider a consistent bedtime routine, like a warm bath, herbal tea, or reading a book under soft lighting. For example, a 2018 study in sleep medicine found that older adults who practiced a relaxing pre-bed ritual improved sleep quality by 20%. Treat sleep like a non-negotiable prescription, because it's one of the most powerful medicines for your body and mind. 11. Eating while distracted. We've all been there. You settle in with a bowl of popcorn or a plate of dinner in front of the TV, scrolling through your phone, or flipping through a magazine, and suddenly, the food is gone, and you barely remember eating it. It seems harmless, but distracted eating is a sneaky habit that contributes significantly to weight gain, especially for older women. When you eat while focused on something else, you bypass your brain's satiety signals, the cues that tell you you're full. Research, like a 2013 study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, shows that distracted eaters consume up to 30% more calories during a meal and are more likely to snack again soon after, as they don't register satisfaction. This mindless eating doesn't just add extra calories. It robs you of the pleasure of food and disconnects you from your body's natural hunger and fullness cues. Over time, this can lead to overeating, poor digestion, and a sense that you're never truly satisfied. The antidote is mindful eating, which doesn't require hours of meditation or a complete lifestyle overhaul. Start with one meal a day where you eat without distractions. No TV, phone, or reading. Sit at a table, look at your food, and engage your senses. Notice the colors, textures, and aromas. Chew slowly, savoring each bite, and pause midway to check in with your hunger level. For example, try eating a piece of fruit mindfully. Feel its weight, taste its sweetness, and notice how it feels to eat slowly. This practice not only helps you eat less but also enhances your enjoyment of food, improves digestion, and strengthens your connection to your body's hunger hormones. Over time, you'll find yourself more in tune with when you're truly hungry or full, which can naturally curb overeating and support weight management. 12. Overlooking medications and hormonal changes. If you've noticed recent weight gain despite no major changes in your diet or activity level, it's time to take a closer look at your medications and hormones. This is one of the most overlooked culprits I see in my older female patients, and it can be incredibly frustrating when the scale creeps up for no apparent reason. Many common medications, such as beta blockers for blood pressure, antidepressants like SSRIs, diabetes drugs like insulin or sulfonylureas, and even some sleep aids, can alter your metabolism, increase water retention, or stimulate appetite as side effects. For example, certain antidepressants can slow metabolism by 5 to 10%, leading to gradual weight gain over months or years. Too often, these effects go unnoticed or are dismissed, leaving women to blame themselves for something beyond their control. Hormonal shifts also play a significant role, even long after menopause. Thyroid function naturally declines with age, and an underactive thyroid, hypothyroidism, can slow metabolism, causing fatigue, weight gain, and difficulty losing fat. Insulin resistance, which becomes more common with age, can lead to increased fat storage, particularly around the belly, hips, and thighs. Even subtle drops in estrogen can influence fat distribution, favoring abdominal fat over subcutaneous fat. If your body has changed unexpectedly, don't accept "it's just aging" as an answer. Request a thorough review of your medications and a comprehensive hormone panel, including thyroid, TSH, free T3, free T4, fasting glucose, and insulin levels. Find a healthcare provider who listens and takes your concerns seriously, as weight gain is often a symptom of an underlying issue, not the root problem. For instance, switching to a different medication or adjusting thyroid treatment can make a significant difference. Empower yourself with knowledge and advocacy to address these hidden drivers of weight gain. That's it, ladies. 12 silent mistakes that could be sabotaging your weight loss journey and the simple, actionable steps to turn things around. I hope this video has opened your eyes to the small changes that can make a big difference in your health and confidence. So, tell me, what have you learned today? What's one thing you're going to put into practice in your life starting tomorrow? Drop it in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. If you found this video helpful, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more smart health advice tailored just for you. Stay strong, stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next video.